I want to talk to you today about Costa Rica residency by investment. This is Tom Norfleet with citizenshipquickly.com. There's a minimum investment of 200,000 US dollars that has to be invested into Costa Rica to get temporary residency. The 200,000 US must be placed actually in the categories addressed in the Costa Rican immigration law decree. And the most common investments are buying real estate in the country or actually investing in what's called a construction project. Some of the most popular sectors that are attracting a lot of foreign investors in Costa Rica include constructing or renovating a hotel, opening a restaurant, starting a tourism-based business, or basically you could start any sort of business where you create jobs for nationals. Besides starting a business, you can also make an investment in what the government of Costa Rica calls a productive project. These investments also qualify you for residency by investment in Costa Rica. After the investment is approved and you're cleared from your background checks, you can obtain temporary residency. After you have been a temporary resident of Costa Rica for 3 years, you can apply for permanent residency. Permanent residents only have to visit Costa Rica once a year for 72 hours to keep the permanent residency active and in good status. The permanent residency must be renewed every 5 years for each family member. After you've been a permanent resident for 7 years, you qualify for citizenship. As of the 7th of January 2020, Costa Rican citizens had visa-free or visa-free on arrival access to 149 countries and territories, ranking the Costa Rican passport 31st overall and first among Central American countries in terms of travel freedom. Costa Rica does not allow dual citizenship. You would have to pass the Spanish proficiency test before actually getting the passport. The corporate tax rate on earned income in Costa Rica is 30%. There is a 13% VAT. Property taxes in Costa Rica are ridiculously low. You only pay 0.25%. Property tax on the value appraised and registered by the city, which is always a lot lower than the real value. A $200,000 property might be registered by the city for $50,000 and will therefore, you only have to pay $125 US dollars a year annually. Capital gains are not taxed in Costa Rica unless they are derived from habitual transactions. Capital gains derived from habitual transactions are taxed at a flat rate of 30%. Costa Rica income tax rates are progressive. They run anywhere from 0 to 25%. There are two different types of income taxes in Costa Rica, and they are income taxes on wages and income tax on profit-generating activities. Any individual employed in Costa Rica pays a monthly withholding tax rate based on his salary. Costa Rica does have a territorial tax system whereby dividends, capital gains, and earned income made outside of Costa Rica is not taxable by Costa Rica. Costa Rica also has pretty good health care and has visa-free travel to the Schengen countries. All right, I'm going to give you my evaluation on this program, and it is as follows. Costa Rica has a good passport and a great territorial tax system with real nice weather year-round. But I would think twice about getting the passport because you're going to have to relinquish your current citizenship to accept the Costa Rican passport. And you're also going to have to pass the Spanish exam at the time you get the passport. And I can't tell you how many older people that have said that they'll learn the language good enough to take the test, but when the time comes to take it, they don't learn the language and they've wasted a lot of time and money. Remember that a residency by investment and a citizenship by investment are totally different in getting a passport at the projected time that you're supposed to get it. The passport of a citizenship by investment in the Caribbean country of St. Kitts is almost guaranteed to be approved unless you have some sort or civil or criminal problem. You can have a perfect civil and criminal record when applying for a residency by investment at the time you're applying and still not get the passport. This is a big chance that you take going that route. My advice to you is to get your second passport with a citizenship by investment first, and then the next one be a residency by investment. Remember, a good fast-track citizenship program has these type traits, which I'm going to go over with you, that I think is real important that you know. And I wouldn't bypass any of them when making a decision. And they are, number one is get a citizenship program you know that you can get as long as you have no civil or criminal past. A lot of residency by investment countries do not go by their statutory requirements after the minimum residency requirements have been made, therefore messing up your plans for a passport in a reasonable amount of time. And number 2 is make sure that the country that you're applying with has no military requirements to get the passport. And number 3 is make sure that the tax system that is in place for that country is either territorial or pure tax haven and does not tax worldwide income on investment income. Number 4 is make sure if there is a language requirement that you already are fluent in that language before applying or don't apply. And number 5 is always verify that your dual citizenship is allowed or don't engage in that program. You want to get in, and number 6 is you want to get into a passport that has as many visa-free countries as you can get, but having the requirements that I've just mentioned. If you want to learn more on how you can legally get your taxes to zero or close to zero, or to get a second passport in as quick as 3 months, do 2 things. Hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen and you'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And number 2 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and fill out our questionnaire so we can help you get started. We deal with about 67 citizenship by investment or residency by investment countries that I know you'll be interested in learning about. And thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you on our next video. Take care.